Today we're talking about why Carnival Corporation, CCL, has 100% upside. Carnival is the world's largest cruise company by revenue. It's been a popular travel choice for decades. But is it a good investment for your portfolio, and why now? Well, if we look at what recent analysts have been saying, many of them have been increasing their price targets on the stock. So they clearly see upside. But let's explore the reasons why Carnival Cruise stock is a promising option. So the cruise lines recently piqued my interest when it was announced that they would have this partnership with Starlink to deliver internet services on ships. And this is great. It's never been done before, and it's enabled both crew and passengers to stay connected at sea, and that's a pretty big deal. Passengers figure can work remotely now. Crew can keep in touch with family. I think you're going to see a lot of benefits come from that. So that's what kind of got me interested. And after I did some more research, it started to seem clear to me that there's a major opportunity in cruise stocks. So if we just look at the industry and specifically Carnival today, the number of people cruising, so just total cruise industry, it's forecasted to reach 36 million passengers in 2024. Now this is a record year, and the projections for coming years are only going up. So the cruise industry is the most rapidly growing tourism sector. It's projected to bring in $30 billion of revenue in 2024, and that number is projected to increase to $37 billion in 2027. Now, despite all this, if we pull up Carnival's stock chart really quick, as you can see, Carnival's stock price is actually still down 58% over the past 5 years. So normally when you see a chart like this, you'd think it was a company that fell from grace and, is struggling and revenues cratering, but yet Carnival is bringing in record amounts of revenue, and their bookings are going further and further out into the future. So the reason the stock price hasn't recovered largely just comes down to how hard this industry was hit by the pandemic. It forced Carnival and others to take on a lot of debt and heavily dilute shareholders. But now, as you can see, revenue is back to an all-time high, and judging by the projections, it's only going up. So they've just hit record revenue of over $23 billion in the trailing 12 months. Back in 2019, their revenue was just under $21 billion. And as far as the debt is concerned, they've been paying down long-term debt nicely after it peaked at nearly $32 billion in 2022, and now it's sitting at just over $27 billion. So we just got our first interest rate decrease of 50 basis points the other day, and we seem poised for more. This is only going to help Carnival to refinance debt, get more favorable interest rates, and then all of a sudden, all those interest payments are just going to get added directly to their bottom line. They're going to be saving more and more money as we go on here. And if we look at on Carnival's recent Q2 earnings call, the CEO actually stated that they are shattering records, yet the best is still to come as they are seeing unprecedented demand for 2025. So there's a lot of good things going for the cruise industry right now. There's only a handful of major cruise ship operators globally. Figure you've got Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, Virgin, and Disney. Those are the big players. And Disney recently announced they're building 4 new cruise ships. They've got 4 more in the works. I think that's another positive sign that everyone is seeing increase in demand here. And yet there's still a huge moat because, again, you do have these few, major players, and you've got a huge barrier to entry because it takes years to build a cruise ship, and there's not exactly new cruise ship companies popping up around all over the place. So I think there's a huge moat here, and I think that Carnival is going to do very well. The whole industry is just poised to keep growing. I'm planning to go on a cruise soon, entirely for research purposes, of course. So let us know in the comments what you think of cruising and what your favorite cruise line is. Now go type cruise ships Bill Burr into YouTube and thank me later. I'll see you guys on the next one.